Hey guys, I hope you're all feeling fantastic today. If you're not feeling fantastic, that's okay. It's all a part of the process, okay? There's some days where we're like, hell yeah, I can do this. There's some days where it's like, is God even listening to me? But yes, doesn't matter how you're feeling, you're on the right track. Girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is my sister. This is my first sister. She's my dad's dog. Her name is Chim Chim. She's so cute. Say hi, Chim Chim. Hi. She's so cute. She's burrowing. But yeah, I feel called to share this message that I feel I've been receiving again and again, and yeah, I feel like it's time to finally share it in the best possible, in the best way I know how. Okay, so I've been sitting on this message for a while thinking, oh, plenty of other people are spreading this message. Oh, I'm not the one to spread this message. Whatever, man. Like, my mission is to elevate the planet. Okay, that's what I came here to do. That's what I feel passionate about. And the way I do that is to just be me, okay? Just be me and to follow my excitement. And this excites me. Talking about these things excites me. Talking about the truth excites me. I get downloads. I've been getting downloads. They've been ramping up intensely for the last few months. And it's like, what more do I need? Like, Spirit's like, what more information do you need, Jerry? Like, share what you know, right? So I've been getting a lot of information about the truth of existence, right? And what I'm about to talk, what I'm going to talk about right now is something that I feel like I myself is still kind of like working with and working through. But I felt that I wouldn't be able to do this, or I am not like, what's the word? I'm not the person to like, I just saw 222 on the clock. You could be seeing 222 as well. 222 could be significant for you, 222. But yeah, I thought like, why should I give this message if I'm not like embodying this message? But I am embodying this message. I feel that I am embodying the message that I'm going to be sharing with you right now. And it's just a simple truth. That's what Spirit is calling it, a simple truth. Yeah, it's simple to Spirit, but in human form, it could be a little bit more challenging to embody, then Spirit is like saying, it's the simple truth. It's just, this is the truth. Okay. So yeah, it's just about the truth of existence. It's just the truth about how life actually works. And I don't know if I mentioned this already, but excuse me. Yeah, a lot of you already know this, right? There's this information that I'm sharing is something that you already know, but somebody needs to like, it needs to be confirmed or affirmed for somebody, for them to kind of do something, right? I feel like there's somebody here who's going to see this that is going to benefit from this push, okay? This push of something that they already know to start doing something, because whatever that something is, I need it, okay? Like, that's what Spirit is telling me. Whatever I'm doing is going to help somebody else do something that I'm going to appreciate and that I'm going to need, or really like, it's really going to help me. So that's what really pushed me to do this, is that Spirit's like, if you do this, if you share this message, if you just be yourself and do what you want to do and do what excites you, it's going to help somebody, and that help that you're giving somebody is going to come back and help you. So this is for you. Okay, so the message, like I said, it's like so funny. Spirit's like, the message is simple. And I don't even know where to start. I feel like I'm getting a little bit excited, so let me just calm down for a second. Okay, the message is, it's the truth, okay? The truth that you are God, and what God is really. So like, what is God? Well, God is your center, okay? God is inside of you, okay? God is inside of everybody. It's the same God, the same source of love and light and truth and everything that is, everything that has been, will be, and is, and will always be, okay? That's what God is. It's everything. It's what just is. That's God, and that is inside you. That's what is inside you. It's what's inside me. It's what's inside everything. Okay? And it's all the same thing. Okay? It's all one thing. All right? And you know, we live in a world where we're not told the truth, right? Like we live in a world where we're conditioned to believe something that is outside of us, okay? We are conditioned to believe that life is like linear, that life is finite, and that's just not the truth, okay? It's not the truth, okay? We live in a world that has many different layers. It has many different dimensions, right? We are just living in one dimension of existence, okay? And what Spirit is really wanting to express to everybody, this message is for everybody. Not one person is exempt from the wisdom in this message. Like, this is for everybody, so that we can really begin to create a new world for us. To create, not even a new world, but to come back to what we know to be true already, okay? We live in a dimension that has been corrupted, okay? But with purpose, okay? Because there is a purpose for everything, right? We live in a dimension where we don't remember who we are, okay? But we decided to do that, okay? We chose to fall, okay? We are all fallen angels, if you will, right? We are all fallen angels, okay? But we did it on purpose because we knew that if we fell into this dimension of forgetfulness, you know, even though we live time and time again in sometimes torturous existences, we knew before we incarnated here from the beginning that it was going to eventually lead to an awakening. Like, not maybe it might lead to it. We knew that it would absolutely lead to a reawakening, okay? A reawakening into it's something new about it. It's like reawakening. We fell as angels into this dimension knowing we were going to reawaken. But the reason we did it was, one, to experience human life, you know, everything that we have here, we chose to experience this, to experience it, but also to elevate the planet, to elevate this dimension to its original evolutionary process. Because right now we're in a dimension where it's been on a loop over and over and over again, kind of like a hell, really. This is kind of like a living hell, right? And we fell into this hell knowing that we would elevate it back into more of a light existence, okay? And there's many reasons, you could say, why we did this and what the mission was particularly, but I don't have the what do you call it, the particular details. I have a general message and a general knowledge of what's what, right? I don't care. It's not my mission to tell you all the details about like what happened when we decided to fall, right? But the thing is that we did fall, but with a mission. We fell knowing we would forget who we are. We fell knowing that we would forget how divine and magical and abundant and unlimited we are, Okay, we knew that that was going to happen. And we knew that we were going to remember, okay? So the thing is that to be a divine being, which is who we really are at our core, is one thing, but to fall as, you know, a divine being into a being like this, a human being that forgets its divinity, to reawaken from a human being, to go from a human being to remembering our truth of who we are, that we are these divine beings that are capable of absolutely anything that we want, because that's why we were made. Like, God made us, like creation made creation to create, right? Creation, which is love, truth, everything, created some, you know, the same, it's like a twin, right? God created, it's like a twin of itself, right? To create. Okay, that's who we are. We are creators. We were born to create whatever we want. And at some point, this dimension of forgetfulness and of the absence of truth was created, okay? It's all a part of creation. And we dove into this knowing we would forget, but knowing that we would remember as human beings. How magical is that? And this is the time that we've all been waiting for. This is the time where we are awakening. Like, this is that time where we are becoming a new human, okay? It's like a new species, a new okay, how do I say this? Yeah, like a new human, like a new species. Okay, did I say that already? I don't even remember. But yeah, some type of being that is now popping up in this like round table. Like, I'm seeing like this galactic council, okay, right? Because we live in a multiverse, right? This is just one dimension. We think that all there is this dimension, and that the planets aren't alive. They are. Planets are alive. There are species living on different planets, our planets, but we live in a dimension where we don't believe that. Therefore, we don't see that, okay? We just see that that's a planet that's far away that we can't touch, because if we go to space, we can't breathe and it's too far and you can't do that, right? It's very limited, okay? Once we raise our vibration, we can start to see the different dimensions. We can start to see and understand the multiverse, right? And so once we start to elevate our frequency, we begin to see and understand and feel that there are many different kinds of species of beings that live in all different kinds of dimensions, okay? But we can't see them because we're too dense, right? We're in a lower vibrational reality, a lower vibrational dimension. So we can't see, we don't know, right? But once we raise our elevation, we can see, we can understand that there are many different beings living in many different worlds that we have access to, okay? And, okay, why did I bring that up? Why did I bring that up? We're at multiverse. Oh, shit. Why did I bring that up? Spirit, can you help me out a little bit here? Let me pause for a second. I remembered. Okay, I brought up the many different dimensions with the many different beings because the way we are, where we're going right now is we're elevating the planet, we're elevating our consciousness, we're elevating our frequency so that we can start seeing the other beings that live in the multiverse that we also reside in, okay? And so as we raise our elevation and we are awakening from our true divinity that we've always been, we are awakening in human form. So it's like we're kind of like opening this new species, which is kind of like new human, right? And as we do that, we are creating a seat for ourselves in this galactic council. Okay, it's like a galactic, like, I don't know what to call it. I want to say governance, but it's that governance seems too controlling, and like the government that we have here is very like corrupt and like controlling, and this is not like that. This is just kind of like, what's it called when it's like, is it a federation where it's like not controlling? It's like we all have an agreement to be exactly what we all are, and to like work together to make sure that everybody is able to express themselves naturally, but there's no like fighting, right? So we are creating our spot in this council. Okay, that's where we're headed. Okay, that's the big thing that we're headed to. Okay, and that's what all of this like alien stuff is getting us ready for. Okay, or like all this alien stuff, right? It's like it's preparing us. Okay, but there are also forces, evil forces, you can call them, but I mean, yeah, they're evil forces, but it's not to be paid too much attention to that there's evil forces, right? Those evil forces were created by us. You know, they're our demons, and we have to kind of work through them, and that's what we're doing here. But we did create those demons, and those demons do have a purpose, and it is their purpose to stop us at all costs from awakening to this truth. And so yeah, so that's a thing, right? So there are certain things that are happening in this world that are trying to like it's like they know what's happening. They know that we're on the precipice of reconnecting with our galactic family, and reconnecting with the fact and the truth that we do live in a multiverse, and that there are many different beings and species of life forms that exist within all of these different dimensions. So there's definitely like what's it called, like Project Bluebeam, where the government like does this fake alien invasion thing, you know. So it's like they're kind of doing they're trying to do an interception of like this awakening to all our galactic family, and trying to kind of put this show on that like, oh, aliens are bad, don't trust them, or like, you know, so there's something like that. There's definitely like, it's like, so I'm like seeing this circle, right? There's a circle, and it's like you're about to break through a cycle, right? The same thing has happened over and over again: corruption, greed, selfishness, pain, suffering, over and over and over and over again. That's this hellish kind of existence, right? But we're all getting to the point where this cycle is starting to like break off, right? But because that was that was the prophecy, right? It was always inevitable that we were going to break through the cycle and remember who we are, and elevate, and become a member of the council, and live happily ever after, no pain, no suffering, and living in the multiverse, and is being an amazing and beautiful, and right? Okay, so that was a part of like this divine prophecy that we all kind of have written in our hearts. So yeah, so because we have this antichrist, right? And the antichrist is just kind of like the evil version of us. It's like the collective, right? All of us, the sum of all of us together, right? We are one. The sum of us all together, we also have an evil twin, right? That we've been kind of cohabitating with in this existence. We're finally breaking away from that. And that evil twin of ourselves is, you know, doing everything it can to keep us from doing what is going to happen, right? So we do have to make sure we're steering clear of getting looped in back into that kind of cycle, and to really see what makes sense for us, what aligns with us, what resonates with us, and really be like, that doesn't resonate with me, and separating yourself from that. Okay, you're doing great though. I'm hearing you're doing great. Everything is going great. This message is just to kind of confirm and to kind of push you a little bit to you know, be like, yes, that's the truth. It's not just me. I'm not crazy. Somebody else is saying this too. But yeah, So there's also, so what do we do now? Okay. So we all know, the truth. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing like, the truth. We all know the truth. We all know that, we're going in a loop. We're going in a loop. We have all these different presidents, all these leaders that, say, oh, I'll do better. And then we vote them in, but nothing changes. Nothing changes. There's still pain. There's still suffering. There's still corruption. There's still everything based off, all the things with greed and, the cartels and just all of this corrupt stuff in Hollywood and with, it's like, come on now, like, in poverty, there doesn't need to be poverty. The world was created. The world has everything that it needs for us to not just survive, but to thrive. So why is there poverty? Okay. And there's been poverty forever, right? Something doesn't add up, and we know. Okay. We've seen enough. We know that shit's not adding up. Okay. So that's that. What do we do now? Right? What do we do now? So Spirit is telling me that what we do now is we be who we are now. Now it's time to be exactly who we are, to follow our dreams, to follow our passions, to create the world, okay? To create the new world. No more waiting, right? No more waiting for, the aliens or for the extraterrestrials or interdimensionals to come save us, right? We have to start embodying the truth, okay? We have to start really embodying the truth of who we are, who we are and what the truth is. And the truth is that we are unlimited beings, okay? The truth is that we are unlimited beings that incarnated into a dense world to awaken in it and then to activate everything around us and into awakening, right? And so we can go on our merry way in our elevation and evolution, okay? But we need to start creating, okay? We need to start living and embodying in a way where we know this truth and remember it every single day, okay? When we wake up, we know I create my reality. When we go to sleep, I create my reality. And really engaging in things that are in alignment with that truth, okay? And not getting looped in back to the old paradigm. Excuse me. Okay, sorry, Chim. Let's see, I've written down some notes here. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, okay? This is pretty much the gist of it. Like, we came here to fall with the promise of resurrection, okay? And that's what resurrection is. That's what Christ, it's like waking up to Christ consciousness. That's what Jesus was. Jesus is a representation of the embodiment of Christ consciousness, okay? We were not supposed to worship Jesus. He was supposed to show us what is possible in us too. Like, we weren't supposed to be like, oh, Jesus is God, like, praise Jesus. No, Jesus was like, yo, bitch, like, look what I can do because I remembered the truth. You can do this too once you remember the truth, right? When you choose to embody the truth, you are a chosen one, okay? It's not just Jesus. Jesus came to show us that everybody could be like Jesus, right? Jesus came here to say that you're Jesus too, right? You're Christ consciousness too. So the resurrection of Jesus is us embodying Christ consciousness. The resurrection is not like Jesus coming back. It's like, yeah, Jesus coming back, but it's you remembering and awakening into the truth, choosing the truth and choosing to embody it. And that makes you a chosen one, okay? Yeah, because you're choosing to remember the truth, because you're choosing to be the truth, because you're choosing to embody the truth and to move forward in that embodiment. And that activates everything around you, okay? It's like a domino effect. It's a butterfly effect. And yeah, it's breaking down old systems, okay? Yeah, we came here to fall and then to rise as a new human in a new world, in a new earth, and to take our seat as a new council member, okay? And then I wrote, so what do we do now? Live it. Live that truth, okay? That's what we're supposed to do here. Live that truth that you know. Like what I'm saying, you already know this, right? Some of you might have been like, thought of it, and maybe like, oh my God, what's that? Yeah, it's the truth. You know it's the truth, okay? So let's start living. Let's start living that way, okay? Myself included. Let's do this together, right? Let's do this. Let's create a new world together. We're all chosen ones, okay? We're all Neo from the Matrix because we're looking around like this is bullshit. Something's not adding up. This isn't right, okay? We are all the chosen ones. We are all Neo, waking up from the Matrix and saying, you know what? This isn't what I want, right? We are here to create our own realities. We're here to create our own world. Okay, not one that was created for us, because that's the world that we're living in. And we chose to do that. We chose to dive in here. We chose to dive into this matrix that was created for us in a corrupt, greedy, separated perspective way. Okay, but we're not separation, we're unity. And we're coming back into that knowing. And we're sewing it up, right? Okay. All right, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you thought of this. How exciting. All right, I can't wait to see what the message is next. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.